Over the years, I've had funded accounts, but I've never taken a payout. I've always thought I could make more and ended up blowing up those accounts. Well, now I have a funded account through Apex, the wealth charts, and I'm now eligible for a payout. And I figured, well, I'm just going to take 500 just to say I've taken a payout. Finally. Well, I got denied. And I know why. It was on wealth charts. I'll show here. On wealth charts, when you sign in, I by default go to NQ, and my take profit and stop loss by default was set to 100 tick stop loss, 100 tick take profit. Well, I switched to NQ and took an NQ trade and almost immediately went into drawdown, and that's when it happened. I went below the 30% drawdown, causing me to get denied a payout. Well, so on this PA account, then this next day I now have it up to a balance of 27,969. So first day after that I made $900. Um, I guess now I have to trade for 8 more days. And this is a nice start to that. The only thing I have to worry about now is the 30% consistency rule, which since I made $941, I multiply that times 3, so I got to make close to $3,000 this next 8-day period. And if I do that, that'll be a nice payout. But we'll see. I have a second PA account that I was up a couple $100 in, but Trump started talking or something. There was a big dump, and it was fast. It ended up getting me down $340, so I'll have to be careful with that one. Um, anyway, I'd like to go back over the charts. This is the hourly. Um, One complaint I had, I like wealth charts. I seem to do well with them. But my bread and butter is attaching anchor VWAPs to highs and lows. And there's no anchor VWAP on wealth charts. So I pretty much got to flip back and forth between TradingView and wealth charts. When I get to a zone, I'll move off of TradingView over to wealth charts to take a trade. But since I have both a trade bait PA and a wealth charts, I'll take trades with that other one on TradingView, and then uh, it makes it easier to use two different PA accounts, having them on separate platforms. So on TradingView, here is the hourly. I have anchor VWAPs attached to the lows, and whenever these get broke, I'll get rid of them. So say if I go back to a low back here, I'll attach an anchor VWAP to the low there, and it did hold up right there. You could have. It'll look different on a. These move around as you use different time frames, but on the hourly, I'll keep this longer term AVWAP up until it gets broken. So if this no longer supports, then I'll get rid of it. So on this hourly, I've kept this one up because it's not been broken on a hourly or even a 15-minute. So here's another one, and then I started a new one here. So once I have those, I start out with the 1 hour every day, just to kind of more for trend. Dang it. Oop. I meant to go to the 3-minute. So notice how on the hourly this just started and hadn't been broken, but you go down to the 3-minute and it changes. So I'll move that over to the very low. As you can see, this had 1, 2, 3 touches. So early in the morning, you know, I'll set anchor VWAPs at all these lows, and I don't necessarily take entries, but the trend is up, obviously, and you know, once it got going and it starts holding, then you can start, like after this first touch, it held, went up. Once it got back down to here, I would be looking to take a long there. And then of course here, that would have been a great long right there. I do take a lot more trades that don't necessarily have anything to do with a VWAP, anchor VWAP. I'll use fibs too, like, and when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is start drawing. I mean, I might have had something up there, and I'll use fibs with it too. And this previous day close line right here seems to be a nice, I don't know, you'll see some action like right here. It came up and hit previous day close and dropped down. I mean, you'll see that line have something to do with price action. But anyway, so say this would have been an area, a low, would have drawn a fib from that low up to that high, and then when you come back to this anchor VWAP right here, you could see the fib, the 618 was right in that area too. So I would have been looking for a long in this area. Once, what I usually do, there's times when anchor VWAP is you can take trades off anchor VWAP, you can entry, but most of the time I'll wait for this 3-bar reversal. You know, once it got above there, then I'm definitely taking a long. I mean, in hindsight, when this is coming down like this, it's hard to take a long in that area, but I'm definitely looking for this reversal right here. And then, you know, I can add more anchor VWAPs at the lows there, and it comes back into this area. I could move this fib back over there. Come back down to, you know, once there's a, what I'll do is I'll attach an anchor VWAP to that low once, I'll get my order in, and hopefully I'm long through some of that. And once I know there's a clear top, then I'll wait for the 618 or 0.5 to come back down to this anchor VWAP. And so say as this comes back down, I'd be looking to buy an anchor VWAP. Well, the fib tells me that it could go lower, and it came back down to the 0.5. So a lot of times, if they're not lined up, the fib and the anchor VWAP, I'll wait. I won't look to take one right there. I'll let it get below, down to the 5.5 or 0.6. So, and again, there's another 3-bar reversal, and that's a little bit of a head fake. To be honest, I can't remember if I took one in that area or not. I might have, but you would have had a little bit of drawdown. I mean, I made it $900, so I know I was taking some trades in this area, but so then it shot back up. And what I would do, that got broke, so what I would do is pull this fib over to that low, and rinse and repeat. On trend days, I'm buying pullbacks. I'm looking for pullbacks. I would have never, let's see, I would drag that up to there. So I can do this pretty much all day long. And end of the day, of course, but, say I pulled up to the top and this starts working its way back down, I'd look for that 618 or the anchor VWAP. Right there, so but anyway, that is how I do things. Hopefully in 7 more days, I will not have blown up this account, this PA account, and hopefully I can get the second one back going in the green. I'm definitely going to have to be careful because I know my drawdown is far less than $1,500 because I was up a couple $100 and I chopped around a little bit. So one thing nice about the wealth charts is your auto liquidate threshold, so it keeps track of that, and so I know it's 25 100. It's done moving up. But compared to the trade bait, I have no idea where the liquidate threshold is. So I imagine to get this out of the hole, if I trade minis, which I will, because for whatever reason I can't trade micros all that well. So I'm probably going to end up, to pull this up out of the hole, I'm going to end up breaking the 30% drawdown rule. And if I do eventually get this into a payout, I'm probably going to get denied the first time around, which that's fine as long as I can get a payout on this one. I'll be fine with that. I have some more wealth chart evals that I'll start back up here. I think like the 7th or 8th that I blew went back when it was on. They were on sale for $15. So I think I got 4 or 5 of those. But anyway, I just wanted to update. I haven't done a video in a long time. And if you did watch this, thank you for that. And I will see you.